Hello everyone, welcome back. Today, I'm diving deep into a topic that's on many couples' minds. Can a marriage truly survive without emotional intimacy? Emotional connection is often seen as the cornerstone of a healthy marriage, but is it truly necessary? You might be surprised by what we uncover today. Emotional intimacy can very well feel like the heart of a relationship, nurturing it and allowing it to thrive, yet some believe a marriage can persist without it. So, grab a cup of coffee and let's get started. Reason 1. Foundation of trust. Let's begin with our first reason why emotional intimacy is so pivotal. It forms the foundation of trust in a marriage. Emotional intimacy involves the sharing of your deepest thoughts and feelings, creating a safe space where trust can naturally flourish. Think about it: when you feel emotionally connected to your partner, you're likely more inclined to trust their intentions and actions. This trust is not just about believing in their fidelity but in their commitment to understanding and valuing you. Change over time. As relationships progress, the ways we express emotional intimacy might change. For instance, early in a marriage, couples might spend hours talking and sharing dreams, wrapped up in the ideal of understanding one another completely. As time goes on, life's demands, work, children, personal growth might shift focus from these intimate conversations. Yet studies consistently show that couples who maintain strong emotional bonds are better equipped to handle life's inevitable stressors. Dr. John Gottman, a leading relationship researcher, notes that emotional intimacy significantly correlates with relationship satisfaction. Example statistics: research reveals that over 70% of happy couples report a high level of emotional intimacy. This isn't merely a romantic ideal, it's a proven contributor to long-term happiness in relationships. Take, for example, a longitudinal study from the University of California, which followed couples over 10 years. The study found that couples with sustained emotional connections reported a 72% higher satisfaction rate over time. Their approach to handling life's ups and downs relied heavily on the trust and connection built through emotional intimacy, but that first reason is nothing compared to this next one. Reason 2. Effective communication. The second reason revolves around effective communication. Emotional intimacy paves the way for meaningful communication. When you share an emotional bond, expressing needs and resolving conflicts becomes more straightforward, less charged with misunderstanding. Change over time. In past generations, communication in marriage often followed traditional roles, with less emphasis on emotional sharing. The typical communication might have involved logistical discussions rather than emotional exchanges. Nowadays, as relationships evolve, there's a growing emphasis on open communication about feelings and vulnerabilities. This shift reflects an understanding that communication is more than a verbal exchange, it's about connecting on an emotional level. Example statistics: consider this. According to a study by the Gottman Institute, the way couples communicate during conflict can predict relationship longevity with a 90% accuracy rate. Moreover, emotionally connected couples are 80% more likely to solve disagreements effectively. For instance, couples participating in communication workshops focused on emotional connectivity reported a 55% decrease in conflict intensity after just 6 months, according to a University of Denver study. Now, before I get into the next reason, I need you to hit the subscribe button if you want to have a happy and satisfying love life. Reason 3. Support and understanding. The third reason is about support and understanding. Emotional intimacy allows partners to be there for each other in meaningful ways, providing support during both mundane and life-altering circumstances. Change over time. As societies develop, the role of emotional support in marriages gains prominence. Traditionally, marriages were often seen as functional partnerships, more business-like ventures. Today, there is a greater emphasis on companionship and mutual support, essential components fostered by emotional intimacy. Partners are encouraged to participate actively in each other's emotional well-being. Example statistics: a 2018 study found that couples who support each other emotionally during stress have a 30% higher relationship satisfaction. An example is a scenario where one partner loses a job. The emotional support provided by the other can significantly ease stress and anxiety, fostering resilience and solidarity. Knowing your partner understands and backs you can be a powerful relief during challenging times. Here's something to ponder while we move to the next point. Reason 4. Physical intimacy. Fourth, emotional intimacy enhances physical intimacy. While people often separate the two, they are deeply interconnected and can feed into one another, creating a feedback loop of positivity and closeness. Change over time. In the past, physical intimacy was often prioritized over emotional connection, possibly viewed more as a duty than an expression of love. However, modern views emphasize that fulfilling physical intimacy often stems from a deep emotional bond. This awareness helps nurture a connection that goes beyond physical needs and into emotional gratification. Example statistics: studies indicate that couples satisfied with their emotional connection report 60 higher satisfaction with their physical intimacy. Consider a study conducted by the Kinsey Institute, which found that emotionally close couples were 3 times more likely to express satisfaction with their sex life than less connected pairs. Emotional closeness leads to more meaningful, safer, and satisfying physical interactions. Think about that as we move on to our next crucial point. Reason 5. Conflict resolution. Finally, our 5th reason: conflict resolution. Emotional intimacy fosters a space where conflict can be managed healthily and productively, instead of destructively. Change over time. Relationships are no stranger to conflict, yet emotional intimacy helps ensure disagreements don't escalate to damaging levels. Over the years, this understanding has become clearer with the rise of couples therapy and communication techniques that strengthen emotional bonds, teaching partners to argue effectively without emotional injury. Example statistics: studies indicate that couples satisfied with their emotional connection report 60 higher satisfaction with their physical intimacy. Consider a study conducted by the Kinsey Institute, which found that emotionally close couples were 3 times more likely to express satisfaction with their sex life than less connected pairs. Emotional closeness leads to more meaningful, safer, and satisfying physical interactions. Think about that as we move on to our next crucial point. Reason 5. Conflict resolution. Finally, our 5th reason: conflict resolution. Emotional intimacy fosters a space where conflict can be managed healthily and productively, instead of destructively. Change over time. Relationships are no stranger to conflict, yet emotional intimacy helps ensure disagreements don't escalate to damaging levels. Over the years, this understanding has become clearer with the rise of couples therapy and communication techniques that strengthen emotional bonds, teaching partners to argue effectively without emotional injury. Example statistics: couples with high emotional intimacy are 50 more effective in resolving conflicts, according to a 2020 study. This is because emotional intimacy equips them with patience and empathy, essential tools during disagreements. When partners share their feelings openly, they tend to better understand each other's perspectives. This helps reduce the escalation of conflicts and promotes healthier discussions. Real-life examples: for instance, consider a couple, Alex and Jamie, who experienced frequent arguments over household responsibilities. Initially, emotions ran high, leading to shouting matches. After attending a workshop on emotional intimacy, they learned the importance of active listening. They began to practice techniques like reflective listening, where each partner would repeat what the other said before responding. This technique transformed their conversations. Instead of anger, they nurtured understanding and collaboration, allowing them to devise a chore schedule that satisfied both parties. Additionally, during heated discussions, some couples employ the strategy of taking timeouts. For example, Sarah and Liam realized that they often fell into unproductive spirals when they discussed financial issues. Now, they have agreed upon a timeout system where, if discussions start to heat up, they pause for a set period to cool down. During this time apart, they reflect on their emotions and thoughts, creating a calmer, more analytical approach to resolving conflicts. This practice tremendously decreased their conflict's intensity, resulting in less drama and more productive conversations. It's important to note that the benefits of emotional intimacy extend beyond just conflict resolution. Studies show that couples who openly communicate their feelings tend to have healthier physical intimacy as well. For instance, a study conducted by the Kinsey Institute found that couples who feel emotionally connected are 3 times more likely to report satisfaction in their sex lives. This connection can lead to deeper physical affection and an increased willingness to explore each other's needs more thoroughly. As we reflect on the significance of emotional intimacy, it becomes clear that while not every couple may possess it, those who strive to cultivate it experience tangible benefits in the satisfaction and resilience of their relationships. Emotional intimacy is undoubtedly significant, but do check out this intriguing perspective on older adults' secret sex lives right after this video. It may offer insights into how intimacy evolves over time and affects relationships at different life stages. Conclusion: by the end of this video, you've uncovered the truth about why men might need sex to feel connected to their partner. So, what do you think? Can a marriage without emotional intimacy truly thrive? Some argue that while marriages can physically survive without emotional intimacy, they may lack the satisfaction and joy that make relationships truly rewarding. It is essential to recognize that emotional intimacy doesn't solely benefit romantic relationships, it also enhances friendships and familial bonds. The value of being emotionally open with those you care about cannot be overstated. It invites a richer, more fulfilling connection that enhances shared experiences. So, let's put this into perspective. Imagine a world where couples embrace vulnerability, where open discussions about feelings lead to deeper love, respect, and understanding. Can you picture the joy that could bring? Share your thoughts in the comments below, whether you agree or disagree with the notion that emotional intimacy is necessary for thriving in marriage. And, as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more relationship insights. If you found this exploration of emotional intimacy helpful, consider checking out our other videos that delve into various aspects of love and connection. Thank you for joining me today on this exploration of emotional intimacy in marriage. Remember, every relationship is unique, and understanding the role of emotional connection might just be the key to unlocking a deeply satisfying partnership.